that you speak through me, that I say what you want me to say and not what I want. And I ask that you touch these men in a special way tonight. We ask this in your most gracious and glorious name. Amen. Amen. All right, so first I'm going to start with 2 pickup lines so you can use on the girls, okay? You guys got to listen, okay? Take notes, okay? Number 1, okay? Girl, I was reading the book of Numbers and I realized I don't got yours. Can I get it? Hey! All right, one more. I would love to pray with you before a meal. How about Saturday at 7? Hey, I got the ring. It's proof. It works. Let's go.
10 times.
10 times more. All right, so today I'm going to tell you my happily ever after story. It's so romantic. Don't cry, okay? Don't cry yet. All right, so when I was around 13, 14, girls started coming to me for relationship advice. They come to me, ask me things like, hey, should I date this guy I'm talking to? Should I continue dating this guy I'm talking to? What should I do? First off, I had no idea why they were coming to me because I didn't have a girlfriend and I had never had a girlfriend before, so I was a little confused. But it became such a thing that these girls started calling me the Mexican Dr. Phil. I don't even know who Dr. Phil is. I think he's a bald guy. I don't know what kind of doctor he is. Anyway, so it wasn't until I was preparing for this talk that I realized why they were coming to me. As I was praying about it, I realized that I was telling them the truth, and I was telling them what they needed to hear. I was telling them that they were beautiful, God created them beautiful, and that they should respect themselves and have high standards for guys. That they shouldn't date any guy you have to fill a gap of love that they're looking for. But first they should seek Jesus, and then the right guy will come along. And it wasn't until I was about 18 when I got to use my own advice on myself. Jessica and I dated for the first time in 2012. And Jessica, my family goes back a long way. I've known Jessica since she was 3. I didn't like her back then, she had cooties. Our parents met at a church retreat, couples retreat, back in like 2000. They became great friends, and I essentially grew up with her brother. She grew up with my sisters, and then I broke up. So she went to visit. She was living in Texas at that time, and I was living in Michigan. She went to visit family over the summer, and I was like, "Dang, who is that?" So then, long story short, we started dating. We were dating over the summer. She came back to Texas, and we started doing long distance. And that was pretty hard. And I was pretty corny, so on our 3-month anniversary, I sent her some flowers, as our anniversary. They arrived that morning, and later that evening, she broke up with me. I know, right? I cried a little bit. I really didn't know why she did. She didn't give me a good reason, and I was a little confused. But for some reason, God gave me some inner peace and told me that things were not over between Jessica and I. So rather than, looking to date other girls or be sad or angry about it, I prayed about it and I just trusted God. And, prayers worked because the following summer, at age 16, she convinced her parents to let her take a bus by herself from Texas to Michigan so that she could talk to me to fix things. And, man, that worked. I fell for her like a Mexican falls for tacos. Bam! So, throughout our dating stage, I'd say it was pretty average. We'd go on dates to the movies, we'd go to the lake, kayak, we'd go a group date. But what I want to say is that a couple things that made our relationship different than everybody else's is that we would pray together every single night. Whether she was in Michigan, we'd pray in person or through FaceTime. We prayed every single night. We would also go to adoration together, and I really think that gave us a strength in our relationship that I don't think we could have gone any other way, because long distance really, really sucked. But I don't want to be up here and tell you that our relationship was perfect. We had hard things through our dating stage. For example, first off, long distance. That sucked. I don't know about you guys, but if you have a girlfriend, I like to hold her hand, give her a hug. Long distance, you can't do that, so it really sucked. Another thing was that because we broke up the first time, our friends and family really didn't believe in our relationship. They would tell us that we were going to break up. They wouldn't even make bets and tell us, oh, I bet you guys are going to break up by X date. And that was really discouraging for Jessica and I. And I think that because we were praying, we were able to prove them wrong. I mean, I got the ring, you know. But I'm also not going to sugarcoat things. As Jessica and I dated more and more, my love for her grew, and temptation also grew. Temptation was there every single step out of the way, every single day in a relationship. So when Jessica and I, you know, would kiss and get a little too touchy, we felt that guilt inside. And you know, when you cross the line, you feel that guilt and you feel like sad. So anytime that happened, her and I were at the confession line together. We talk about it, we'll talk to the priest, and we would analyze the situation to see what we could do to prevent that from happening again. And I think that's very important because when you're with your girlfriend, or if you're going to get a girlfriend, if you cross the line, and if you don't get a confession to analyze the situation, it's going to be so much easier to go further and further and further, and you're going to end up doing things that you don't want to do. So I really recommend to consider that if you're dating somebody, consider going to confessions, consider praying together, and take your relationship very serious. Let me get my notes. But overall, I really think that God worked wonders in our relationship. I think we got really blessed by having great role models that taught us how to have a pretty holy relationship. They taught us how to pray. They guided us through a lot of stuff. But something I want you guys to really, really hear me out is when you're dating somebody, I truly believe that dating stage is the foundation of a marriage. Whatever you do in your dating stage, you're going to bring it to your marriage. So keep that in mind when you're with your girlfriend, when you're going to get a girlfriend, because if you don't start doing holy things when you're dating, it's going to be a lot harder when you're actually married. And whatever things you did when you're married, they're going to be present when you're married. So I want to read a Bible verse for you guys. So the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus answered with a question, "What law did Moses give you?" The answer was, Moses gave permission for a man to write a divorce notice and send his wife away. Jesus said to them, Moses wrote this law for you because you are so hard-headed to teach. But in the beginning, at the time of creation, God made them male and female. And the scripture says, and for this reason, Emmanuel will leave his father and mother and unite with his wife. And the two will become one. So they are no longer two, but one. No human being must separate them what God has joined together. Word of the Lord. So, with that said, divorce rates are higher than ever. They're higher than they have ever been in humankind. So with that said, I want to ask you this question. Would you allow your sister or future daughters to date a version of yourself? I'll ask the question again. Would you allow your sisters or future daughters to date a version of yourself? If your answer is no, I challenge you to do whatever it takes to be the holy man. The holy man so even your daughter could date. It's a little weird to think about, but you know what I'm saying. But I really challenge you guys to be holy because as the men, we're the head of spirituality in our household, and we really need to stop slacking and really take our faith serious because our goal is to get our families to heaven, and if we don't stop slacking now, it's just gonna be harder and harder to overcome all the bad habits that we have. But I truly believe that your generation and my generation can really decrease the rate of divorce because we can take our faith serious, but we have to allow God to enter into our hearts, into our relationships. So there's nothing more manly that we can do than allow God to enter into our hearts, into our lives. And if you don't know how to get that started, there's great men here who you can talk to, who can help you how to get started, how to pray. And I'll be open to talk to you guys if you guys need to as well. So, with that said, I just want to ask you guys to please pray for Jessica and I so that we can have a holy marriage. And my love for her can keep growing. And I'll be praying for you guys for whatever vocation God has for you. And please, please, go to church, get a confession, and just get great role models to help me be holy.
Yep.